How's it going?
Good.
Do you want to share your screen, or do you want me to be in the driver's seat?
I love you to be the driver, like
All right.
driving Miss Daisy. And I feel like this part of the presentation, if it was live, I would tell everybody, okay, get out of your seats and move around because we've been sitting. So if you want to do a little jig in your chair, I encourage it. Get
I think
ourselves
we've all been
moving.
doing a lot of sitting.
Yes, we all have been doing a lot of sitting. And my friend Karen Bowman from NKFM is also on this presentation. She's going to chime in on a few things. And feel free to throw questions in the chat as you have if they come to mind, and we can address them at the end. So just quick, my name is Shawn Taft, and I work for the National Kidney Foundation, but most of you might also recognize me from Wayne County Resource Champions. I oversee that listserv and share and send and receive information from all over the place. And we were modeled after Barrier Buster, so I'm very grateful to Washtenaw County. And Carmo, thank you for your presentation and then the first presentation, because it just reminded me, like, everything we do overlaps with everything everybody else is doing, because we're serving the same people in community, just with different programs and services. So it's always nice to hear what other folks are doing. So just real quick, National Kidney Foundation, you can go to the next slide. We were founded in 1955, and a lot of people have never even heard of us. Even when I started working there a couple years ago, I had no idea of what they did. But NKF is a nationwide organization. We just happen to be one of the affiliates in the state of Michigan. So most states have some sort of National Kidney Foundation work. The size of it depends. We actually are the biggest one in the whole entire affiliate and offer the most programs. Our headquarters is in Ann Arbor, and we have two branch offices, Detroit and Grand Rapids. And if you're familiar with Charity Navigator's 4-star rating, we have received that for 7 or 8 years in a row. So that just means we're good with our financials, and we're transparent, and we're, you know, a organization that is good stewards of the monies we have. You can go to the next slide. So our mission is to prevent kidney disease or improve the quality of life for those living with it. So many folks don't realize we do a lot of prevention programming, and it's all around lifestyle changes, hypertension, physical fitness, nutrition. We serve kids all the way up to adults. And what we really would like to do is prevent anyone else from getting kidney disease. So the way we do that, and you're seeing here, we have in our kids programs, we have a lot of fun things we do. That's Mr. Reggie Rainbow. He's a superhero broccoli, and he works in the early childhood realm. So if any of you have ever seen or come across that in your daycares or your early Head Start programs, that's Mr. Reggie. We have our Healthy Families Start With You, which is similar to a Reggie program, just using a different curriculum. Again, focusing on nutrition, physical education, introducing children to these concepts early on so that they become lifelong habits. Our Peanut program is a nutrition and physical education program that we do with elementary youth, and we use a whole school approach. So we operate on different levels with getting everyone from the administration to the kitchen to the teachers in the classroom information on how to make changes to keep their school moving forward in a healthy way. And then we do our kids camp, and that is a very special once a year opportunity for kids that have kidney disease to go and participate in camp with all the other children that attend, but to have the medical care and treatment that they need so that they can stay at camp all week long and their families don't have to worry. Next slide. And I'm going to have Karen talk about a few of these things because she works directly in these programs, but our adult programs, and again, I listed just a few that we offer most of the time, but just like all of you, you probably get funding that comes and goes. So it's always great to check our website. But our Matter of Balance program is simply that. It's a way to, it's an 8-week workshop to help folks that maybe have a fear of falling, physical limitations that make them more at risk. So we learn strategies on how to improve their balance and their flexibility and gain strength. Our diabetes prevention program is or known as DPP. It's a 16-week program, but it introduces lots of concepts on healthier eating and increasing your physical activity and managing like your social and environmental cues. So we never talk about being on a diet. What we talk about is here's how we can get more healthy foods on our plate and live a healthier life. I'm going to let Karen talk a little bit about fitness and senior SNAP, but I'll just go on as PATH. Those are our chronic disease self-management class. They're really cool. They're usually about 6 weeks. Our diabetes PATH, I think, is 8. But we meet once a week. It's a peer-to-peer group facilitation, and usually the 2 trainers that are facilitating the class, one of them has some sort of condition related to the class. So we have like a general PATH class for chronic disease. We have cancer PATH. We have a caregiver class that I just sent a flyer out on the listserv before this meeting. So again, it's a great way for people to learn tools that are safe and easy and simple and free that they can do to live the best that they can with their illness. And Walk with Ease is it's from the Arthritis Foundation, and it's a self-guided exercise program that you get to connect with a Walk with Ease trainer. They will go through like even the shoes you should wear and help you set up a route. And again, to just set some goals so that a few times a week you're actually moving and exercising and developing some strength. Karen, do you want to talk about enhanced fitness and senior SNAP?
Yeah, thanks, Sean. Our enhanced fitness program is, we're currently doing some exercise classes via Zoom. They're geared for adults 60 and older, and that they are offered the opportunity to attend 24 out of 48 classes. Before the class starts, we will work with them one-on-one via Zoom to make sure that their environment is safe, that they feel comfortable using Zoom. And so far, our participants are loving it. They're loving the classes. And then with our senior SNAP enrollment, 3 out of 5 seniors qualify for SNAP benefits, but they choose not to enroll due to certain barriers like technology, mobility, the stigma associated with food assistance. So at the Kidney Foundation, our goal is to assist 1,000 seniors statewide over the phone to apply for SNAP benefits.
And Karen, I'm going to Moon, you can go to the next screen because that is our senior SNAP screen. Thanks. Go ahead, Karen.
So right now we're assisting seniors 60 and older over the phone to apply for SNAP benefits. If they feel like they want to try to apply for Medicaid, an SCR, we will be more than happy to help them with that. And we also try to provide them with any necessary resources that they may need.
All right. Thanks, Karen.
You're welcome.
Next slide, please. We also have a patient services call line that anyone can call at any time. Well, not 24/7, but you can always leave a message. And we have dedicated staff that are there to help folks that have actually been diagnosed with kidney disease, or maybe they're on the transplant list. They will get paired with another person on the from patient services to help walk them through that. So someone who's already been on that journey that can walk up alongside someone else who's maybe new to it. And we provide all sorts of different types of support through that. We do some advocacy on a statewide level, and we're actually seeing some potential change in some of the work that we're doing on a statewide level to recognize chronic kidney disease and how to reduce its numbers. So that is up and for discussion, but with the abrupt resignation of the Department of Health and Human Services director, it's got to be revisited. But even nationally, we are seeing that health providers and legislators are recognizing the fact that we need to support people so that they can avoid having any of the problems associated with kidney disease. And we also do screenings. When you can be out in person, we've done that kind of work. And we have a patient emergency fund, and that's a one-time funding of up to $100 for people with kidney disease. If they need to purchase something or they need some short-term assistance, we are able to process that type of application. And I think just a little more too about, say, the medical emergency tags. I think it's really important if you do know someone that has kidney disease or kidney issues, that we can help them get an ID for that, so that when or if they're in a situation, somebody's aware of their condition. Okay, next slide. And as Karen mentioned, and because we're still living in a pandemic, almost every program that we've offered is now available in distance learning. And what's cool about that is, before we were sometimes regulated to staying in a certain geographic area because of where we were holding the class, where now, if you're up in the UP and you want to pop in on one of our classes, you can do so. So that's been, I think, one of the real positives, and I'm hoping that other organizations are discovering this too, that you really can reach more people in a much more convenient way if you do things or offer at least a distance learning option. I know some prefer the face-to-face, but this, I think, is something that I hope we hold on to, because we're really being able to broaden our reach and support more folks. Next slide. Next slide is just the question slide. So if you have any questions, or in the future, if you have any questions, feel free. You can email or reach out to Karen or myself. Just again, for you to know, if you have anyone that you think might, or any organization, any small church, any grassroots place that might need help with the senior SNAP enrollment, we are happy to do that and would love that kind of connection. So don't hesitate to just send an email saying, hey, I think this organization or group might benefit, and here's the contact. Because we are looking for places throughout the entire state to do that. So even if you have a group you think might be helpful, please, 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 please send to us. And then if you want to share the presentation, you can do that. Karen and I both have our contact information on the last slide.
All right, do we have any questions? Sean, just one quick question. What's the nature of the scholarships you folks offer?
Oh, let me pull my notes on that. So the scholarship, it's the Schwartz-Ferreter Scholarship Program Awards, monetary scholarships to people with kidney failure for continuing education. The awards are paid directly to the educational institutions. Students may receive the award up to 2 times. So I do not work in that department, but if you want more information, I can connect you to the person who could answer those questions.
Thank you.
But again, our website, nkfm.org, very comprehensive, hopefully easy to use. We got a lot of COVID resources on there as well. You can look up any of our programs and services, and it'll direct you to more information or eligibility. And towards that end too, Karen and I have been working on a systems navigation and resource manual. So it's not just here's the resources, it's a pretty comprehensive look as to where the money comes from, federal, state, down to the county. How do I get help? Am I eligible? Helpful tips with navigating that resource, and then even an advocating or troubleshooting piece. So we have been working on this book for a long time, and it is going to print. It will be available electronically as well as in a book form. The book will have QR codes that people can scan and go right to the resource we're referring to. So as soon as that is out and about, I will just share it with anybody and everybody who wants it. And it was focused on Wayne County because we were funded from the United Way for Southeast Michigan, and they wanted us to focus on Wayne. But the federal and the state is going to be the same. So if a county like yours said, hey, we kind of like how this is laid out, we want to just switch out the county stuff for ours, have at it.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Sean.
Thank you.
And then finally, I'm going to just provide a brief update in regards to our current emergency assistance funding. All right. So right now we're actually sitting pretty. Beginning of the year, we've got a lot of funding sources coming in. We've got dedicated funds for City of Ann Arbor, and we also have plenty of general assistance funds throughout the county, and then we still have a healthy balance in our immigration assistance fund too. I would just note that while the Washington County Fund says that it's currently at $19,000, we actually have a total of $100,000 for the entire calendar year. It's just that the Barrier Busters team, we chunk it out in $25,000 increments for each of the quarters. Any questions? All right. That's all for me. Mariana, did you want to say anything?
Yeah, if anybody has any questions about future meetings or would like to be scheduled in for upcoming meetings, please reach out to me. Also, I have a referral form from Melissa Schuster from her presentation, and if anybody would like access to that, please either type your email in the chat or shoot me an email and I can share that with you. Looks like you have a question from Nancy Moon. Could you share resources for utility assistance? There are social workers from Ann Arbor Public Schools asking this.
Could you share resources for utility assistance? Yeah, I think we can probably send out like a summary statement to the Barrier Busters listserv of what's available. But the short answer is that usually for most households, the first step is to apply for state emergency relief through the Department of Health and Human Services. Salvation Army also does emergency assistance screening, as does SOS, Friends Indeed, Jewish Family Services. And then, of course, any Barrier Buster agency that's gone through the training can do emergency requests directly too. But we'll get together a little. Thanks, Nancy. This is a timely question. We'll get together a short resource list of utility assistance. And we're also having a presentation next month from Monroe County Opportunity Program, who will be talking about the Michigan Emergency Assistance Program utility assistance that is also available in this county. Well, if there's nothing else, thanks everybody for attending. And we'll see you next month on the fourth Wednesday.
And Janista, I sent in the chat, I sent a link to our website that you just asked about.
Yeah, thank you. I
So
saw
send
that.
email to you. Okay, great.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem. Enjoy.
All right, folks, I'm going to be ending the meeting now. Thanks everybody for attending.
Thank you.